Whenever I come onto any stage, I often just take a moment to look at the crowd. And I'm often greeted by a lot of perplexed faces, kind of like some of the looks that I'm getting now. So I'm going to be the first to put you at ease. In case you are wondering, yes, I am wearing my night robe. Very much like that Beyonce song, I Woke Up Like This. See, as a bedroom musician, I split a lot of my time between my bedroom, not in the way you think, and my day job. And I often think if it wasn't for my day job, I probably wouldn't be making music today. One of the best advice I received from my mother when I attended university was to follow my passion, but also study something that would pay the bills. So during the day, I work as an entertainment editor for iAfrica.com. But when the clock hits 5, I transform into Umlilo, kwaai diva extraordinaire. Now, both jobs require a lot of time spent on the internet. So I've often thought to myself, how does a young, black, queer South African artist stand out in this internet abyss? So from around 2010, I'd realized that a lot of us live double lives, filtered through our cell phones and our computer screens. And by virtue of this duality, there's already an opportunity to create an alter ego, to reinvent ourselves. I used to perform as Sia, which then became an acronym, Sia is your anarchist. And at the same time, across the world, in America, there was another award-winning, very famous Sia working with big stars. I thought to myself, do you really want to be the lesser-known, non-award-winning Sia? So already I knew a name change had to happen, and Umlilo was it. It means fire in isiZulu. And us queers know a lot about fire. We've come under fire for all sorts of reasons, the way we dress, the way we look, and who we love. So already, that name not only seemed perfect, but it was very evocative. But a name alone wasn't enough. As an electronic musician, I needed a sound that would not only capture my South African childhood experiences, but also my global influences. Music taught me how to really be comfortable in my own skin. And for the longest time, it was my only form of expression. And a little bit of therapy on the side, I won't lie. But once I started projecting this idea of this artist that I wanted to be, I slowly saw myself morphing into this person. And with every YouTube tutorial, I was learning more and more of how to do it myself, using programs like Ableton and Logic. And I realized that producing music was a lot like a life recipe. You need to start with a solid base or a foundation. Global drag icon RuPaul always says, "We're all born naked, and the rest is drag." So music is a lot the same. You start with this empty canvas that you can fill with sound. And I usually like to start with the bass. So let's say something like this. But a bass alone doesn't really make a song. And in order to really break the rules and become this boundary-breaking artist, you really need to know the rules. And I found that with the internet, that mystical barrier between knowing and not knowing how other artists all over the world were making music was completely broken down. And it allowed me to experiment a little bit, take the sound to the next level. I mean, a simple example would be the same bass, kind of pitched up. That fascinated me. And once you have that kind of foundation, there needed to be a signature voice, and it needs to be kwaai. You know, when you grow up under a microscope, from whatever hostility surrounding your gender or sexuality or race, you have to be fierce, or what I call kwaai, in order to survive it. In queer culture, we rely on the art of reading, which is another form of an insult. In hip-hop, we call it a diss. But in both worlds, mastering the perfect diss or reading is fundamental to your survival. It not only puts your haters at bay, but it actually gives you a sense of confidence, however false it is. So I started writing a song with this idea of these so-called haters in mind. And the original kind of incarnations of the song went kind of something like this. All you haters who are on my case, you bugging who you bugging, what, got a can of raid, matter of fact, I should give you a spray, maybe you'll finally get the hell out of my face. Now, I'd never considered myself to be a rapper, but I really liked this different direction, because what makes us different is usually what makes us great. But for the longest time in our lives, that difference separates us so negatively from the rest of the world. When I was a teenager, I had joined the choir, and it was all about blending in and sounding like one entity. And sometimes my voice would stand out, and I'd be relegated to the back until I learned how to really blend in with the choir. When I began making music as a solo artist, I had to unlearn all of that in order to stand out. And I think life is very much the same. People won't always be ready to embrace that difference, and sometimes you have to fight for it or really insist on it. I think a lot of liberation movements have began with this idea that I too belong here. And sometimes you have to stand alone. But that's fine. It teaches you to not become a one-trick pony. I learned the hard way. When people didn't want to produce my music, I had to learn how to write, produce, market, distribute my own music on the internet. And it gave me a sense of confidence because I had tailor-made the rules for myself. There were no rules. And I found that once I had done that, that's when the recipe really came together. But there was still something missing. I needed somebody to listen. And I found that once I had played a song for a friend, and they played it to their friends, and their friends played it to their friends, a network of kindred spirits started. And these people not only wanted to become involved, but also wanted to come along on the journey. But then the biggest challenge was still ahead. Once the recipe has come together, and it's ready to be consumed, how will the audience respond? Will they even participate? So this is where I need your help today. We've all been in situations where it feels like people are just invading your space, telling you what to do, how to do it. And sometimes you just want to say, get out of my face. So I really need your help today to really bring this idea to life. And if you understand this bombardment, you'll definitely relate to the song. And the phrase that you need to remember is, out of my face. So I want you to try it with me. I'm going to give you a couple of scenarios. For example, when I say, when a trick is a trick, you say, out of my face. Let's try it. When a trick is a trick, you say, out of my face. Well done. Okay, let's take it further. When a trick is a trick, you say, out of my face. When the popo are mean, you say, out of my face. When they sound like Charlie Sheen, you say, out of my face. When they're not so gangster lean, you say, out of my face. I think you've got it. Are you ready to perform this song with me today, right now? Oh, come on. Do we need a bit of coffee? Are you ready to perform the song with me today? Yeah! And what are you gonna say? That's more like it. Okay, so let's do this. Before we really get into it, I'm gonna slip into something a little more comfortable and appropriate for this part of the journey. Do you guys want to clap your hands? Put your hands together for me, and let's do this. All my party boys and all my party girls, can you feel the beat? All my Model C's and all you cool kids want to see you move your feet. To all my classy cats where I'm born and raised, metalheads, pop, jazz, R&B, the ways I got here on a mission. I'm here to spread my vision. It's a revolution. No stones unturned, all the rule books will be burned. It's a legislation. Gone are the days when you were shackled by your chains. It's a revolution. You say, it's a revolution. You say, burn, 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 burn. Okay. All those haters who are on my case, you bugging, who you bugging, what? Got a can of raid, matter of fact, I should give you a spray. Maybe you'll finally get the hell out of my face. When I turn my back, you turn your back. When I sneeze, you sneeze, all will follow the pack. Or your journey ends here, as a matter of fact. The son of anarchy is but to lodge an attack. When the trick is a trick, say, out of my face. When the purple get mean, say, out of my face. When they sound like Charlie Sheen, say, out of my face. When you're not against the lean, say, out of my face. 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 It's a revolution. No stones unturned, all the rule books will be burned. It's a legislation. Gone are the days when you were shackled by your chains. It's a revolution, lution, 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 lution. You say, out of my face. You say, out of my face. It's a revolution, shun, 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 shun. You say, out of my face. You say, out of my face. Burn, 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 burn. Burn, 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 burn. Burn, 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 burn. Burn, 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 burn. Okay, this is a really crucial part. You can stop clapping and look at your neighbor and really practice this. When a trick is a trick, say. When the purple get mean, say. When they sound like Charlie Sheen, say. When you're not against the lean, say. Out of my face. Say out of my face. Say out of my face. Say out of my face. Yeah. And now it got to be do it like this. Da ola mau mafunuk jaiva. Da ola mau mafunuk jaiva. Hey, da ola mau mafunuk jaiva. Hey, da ola mau mafunuk jaiva. Mafunuk jaiva. Out of my face. Mafunuk jaiva. You guys have been amazing. Thank you so, so much.